Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nick Nickum, your host. If you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. We are going to switch gears from City of Sugarland State of the Union address to the Indian Doctors Association of Houston. Two of my colleagues are here, Subodh Chavan and
Prasun Jalal.
Prasun Jalal. And these are the two members. Dr. Uttam Tripathi is doing an emergency surgery, so unfortunately he could not be here. But we have two members of the board of Indian Doctors Association. Gentlemen, welcome to All India Radio Houston.
Thank you for having us. On behalf of the IDA, we are happy to be here and talk about what Indian Doctors Association does in the community.
IDA stands for Indian Doctors Association. And Prasan, tell us about what year was the Indian Doctors Association established and what is the mission of the Indian Doctors Association?
Yeah. Again, thank you, Dr. Nickum, for inviting us. The president of the party, as you know, is a very prominent cardiovascular surgeon. He apologized because he had an emergency bypass surgery to do, which is pretty more important. That doesn't mean we're ignoring your call here. About Indian Doctors Association, it was established in 1981. It has got many editions.
I want to point out, in 1981, when the Indian Doctors Association was established, it is one of the oldest associations in the country. Actually, OPI was established after this.
That is very interesting.
Yeah,
that just shows the vision of the Houstonians.
Yes.
Greater Houstonians, I would say.
Yeah.
So it has multiple missions. Obviously, one is the academic part of it,
Yes.
to promote the growth of medical knowledge.
Yes.
The second thing is to do something for the community. So to improve the healthcare in the community at large. As more importantly, to bring both Indian physicians and the community at large on board. Because we have so many Indian physicians in Greater Houston area, a few thousand.
That's right.
Who have excelled and has become part and parcel of the greater community.
Yes.
So we don't want to just confine to one particular area. We all want to work together and promote
You're absolutely
the awareness
right.
to the greater community.
I was the president of the Indian Doctors Association back in 2007 or 8, and I think you highlighted some of the very important aspects of the mission of the Indian Doctors Association. One is education, the second one is networking, the third one is interaction with the community and serving the community, giving something back to the community. We're going to expand on all these things, and let's talk about how can someone become an IDA member, and who do they need to contact? Because we have more than, when I was president, we had more than 1,200 physicians who are on the Harris County roster. So we would like
now
to,
it has grown to more than 3,000.
So you're in the academic now, so that's right. If there are 3,000 people, we would like to get as many people as possible involved with the association, because there's a lot of networking and something that we can get and give back to the community as such. So how can someone find out about your association and take active part like you are doing?
Any physician can be a member of the Indian Doctors Association.
Yeah.
They have to be a registered physician in the state or in the country.
Yeah.
And they can go to the website idahouston.net and become a member. Life membership is not that expensive, and we'll love to have as many physicians who can come and join and be a part of the organization and try to reach the community out there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to All India Radio Houston. My special guests are Subodh Chavan and Prasun Jalal. They are the board members of the Indian Doctors Association. We are talking about the Indian Doctors Association, their mission, their activities, and their upcoming events. If you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. So who are your officers?
So at the moment, the president, obviously, Dr. Uttam Tripathi, is a very prominent, you all know, many of you know, the cardiovascular surgeon. And the next year's president, or I would say president-elect at the moment, is Dr. Raghu Atre.
Yes.
He is a oral mesofax and also plastic surgeon.
Yes.
And I think, and a very important member in the community. I think he's both plastic surgeon ENT.
I see. Yeah.
Then, of course, the secretary is here, Dr. Subha Chauhan. He can talk about his special area of interest more in detail than I do. And then we have the treasurer, Dr. Manish Gandhi.
Yes.
And then our past president was Dr. Kulvinder Bajwa.
Yes.
He's a surgeon with the UT and Harman. And we have got board of directors. So bottom line is we all want to incorporate people from all specialties and from all areas of Greater Houston, and to be an important member. It's not just the executive committee; they are just functioning on your behalf to expand and enforce your ideas. The board of directors include Dr. Manuddin, then myself, then Dr. Sanjit Prabhu, then Dr. Swati Jaglekar, and of course Dr. Jignesh Shah, who is also a gastroenterologist from Clear Lake area. And in addition to that, we have the charity clinic, Miazo, Dr. Katie Shah, who does a wonderful job. We can talk about the charity clinic in a minute. But we do free of cost, and we have medical student representatives from all medical schools in this area also serve on the executive committee. Dr. Mira Avila, Amar Singh, and Anup Shah. And so Mira is from UT, a medical student, Amar Singh from UTMB, and Anup Shah is from Baylor College of Medicine. These are the three main medical schools in the Houston area.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to All India Radio Houston. We're coming to you live from KULF 1090 AM. And we are also trying to live video stream this program through YouTube. If you are near the computer, you can log on to YouTube and look for the keyword Nick Nickum, and then you can watch for the live streaming of this radio program. This is our first attempt. It looks like we are doing all right in the studio, but that doesn't mean it is going through. We would like to, if some of you are listening or watching this on YouTube, give us a call and let us know how it looks. If you'd like to join in the conversation, and if you have any questions, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. I'd like to take a couple of minutes to announce some of the important events that are happening in and around the town today. And the most important thing is the watch, which Mayor James Thompson talked about, which is happening from 11 to 2 at the Sugarland Town Center. There will be a lot of people there. So if you are in Sugarland and you just had your coffee and breakfast, maybe you can head on to Town Center Sugarland and participate in the watch program. And today again, Ashirwad is bringing Vedic Fair number 3. This is going to be at the Cinco Ranch High School in Katy, Texas, from 3:30 to 9:30 p.m. And I am going to be there. And they're going to have 50 presentations by the students of Ashirwad School. In addition, they're going to have a lot of exhibits, and the highlight of the program will be Pool Kailash. That is the story of Lord Shiva, which is going to be played on stage for 2 hours. So this is going to be a spectacular evening. All general public are welcome. There's no entry fee. So I would suggest all of you to just head on to Cinco Ranch after 3:30 p.m. and enjoy an evening. There'll be a lot of food booths where you can eat, listen, and enjoy the whole program. That is Vedic Fair number 3, brought to you by Geeta and Sridhar Ruwala from Ashirwad Vedic School of Blessings. Okay, let's continue. My guests here are Dr. Subodh Chauhan and Prasanna Jalal. They are the board members of the Indian Doctors Association. So we are talking about the Indian Doctors Association activities. And okay, let's talk about what kinds of activities do you have throughout the year?
Well, we do ongoing every week Indian Doctors Charity Clinic, in which patients are seen, patients we'll talk more about in the subsequent discussion, but that's one of the ongoing things. We do try to do screening evaluations for common diseases of Southeast Asians in the form of diabetes, hypertension, cardiac issues are far more predominant in us, and we try to do screening for them. And try to do some research associated with those conditions in the Southeast Asians. Education in form of CMEs play an important role of educating the physicians about the conditions, and we try to even get together as physicians and families to do a good time as networking and learning from each other.
That's excellent. Okay, let's talk about and you also have you also have some scholarship programs which was started a few years ago, and it's been pretty attractive and it's been pretty successful. So let's elaborate, and also how students who are interested in these scholarships can get more information about it.
That's a very good question. We typically give 3 scholarships to medical students, mostly geared towards second year, third year, to help them to promote their growth, whichever way they want to be in. Now, it's a pretty broad. We are very flexible. You typically goes to the Indian community medical students, but we are open to other communities as well if they're eligible. Anybody really can apply with their professional goal and how they are going to use that money, for to promote that goal. And so they send a CV, a recommendation letter through the medical representatives, and then sit down and keep 3 scholarships. It's not a lot of money, but around $2,000 for each medical students from each medical school. But that's just to foster their growth. And
what's the exact phone number or email address where they can get more information?
They can go to our website, www.idahouston.net, and there they can download the form. It's at the bottom of the page, and very easy. Just fill out the form, and I think the recommendation letter, you can send it to any of us, including the party whose contact address should be there. We fax them.
Since you brought up the web address, let's. Somebody want to tell what are the kinds of things that we have on the Indian Doctors website, and how they can get more information.
Well, we have the whole list of members of Indian Doctors Association who are life members. We have got events coming. We have a gala coming on 12th of April. That information is there. How to become a life member. Who are the other physicians of their specialty? If you want to reach out for consultation or for whatever reasons, you have that information. And the events of the past few years is also there, along with the pictures of the events of the gala.
Okay, let's talk about Indian Doctors Association's contribution to the community. I mean, there are many different ways the Indian doctors have participated in supporting the community. You want to elaborate on that so that all the associations that the members who are listening may want to make note of that, because the Indian Doctors Association go a long way in supporting the health fairs, things like that. Let's expand on that.
So, we did a screening test in the last year during the Dussehra Mela for diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, and other conditions. We do involve in other activities like BAPS. We are involved there as physicians, trying to screen patients and help them in the health fairs. Whenever there were crises in the state during hurricanes and all, doctors have jumped in to help out in those conditions.
While we are talking about BAPS, I do want to say that the BAPS Health Fair is coming up on April 26th. That's it. 28th. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday, and the Indian Doctors Association will be there, and we are going to have representatives from the BAPS Health Fair who are going to be here later on during this month to talk about all the different kinds of services they provide. And also, you're also involved with other health fairs, right? Or how do people get in touch with you if they want you to participate in? I know there are health fairs that are held like in different campuses.
Well, I think if anyone is interested in reaching out to the physicians to volunteer in those places, reaching out to the idea would be the best way,
Yes.
and the current president would be the first person of contact, and he can discuss as a board and decide how to be a part of the healthcare.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nick Nickum, your host. We are on KULF 1090 AM in Houston. We are also coming to you live through YouTube live video streaming. You can watch us, actually, we can watch this interview on YouTube by typing in keyword Nick Nickum, which will take you to my video blog. And there you can watch us live as this event is happening. If you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. And so let's continue with our. Do you have teaching programs for the community or for the students and residents, things like that, through the association?
We had some CME and non-CME programs in the past. What you are planning to do is on a regular basis, we want to do probably every 2-3 months.
Yes.
Encompassing multiple areas or multiple specialties in the different parts of the Houston area. So yeah, that's a very important point you have raised.
Yeah.
We have done that, but we want to do it better.
In fact, I have been involved with the discussions with the Chamber of Commerce, which routinely meets every 2 weeks or so, and they have excellent programs coming up. We had the American Society of Indian Engineers who were in this radio program, and they meet every month, and they invite a speaker, and a lot of these are sponsored programs by the businesses, and so it brings the businesses and the association members together, and maybe this is something we need to explore. What do you think?
But we did discuss how do we get more involvement of all new physicians and younger physicians in the community, and reach out to them. And we did discuss that if you have frequent meetings with different discussion topics which are of interest to the physicians and to the community, be a wonderful way to involve and reach out to the community.
That's right. We not only can talk about the medical aspect, but also the business aspect of medicine, which is changing day by day. In fact, a lot of my claims have been rejected because we didn't change one thing that Medicare wanted us to change at the beginning of years, and that every year. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. This is All India Radio Houston. My guests are from the Indian Doctors Association, Dr. Subodh Chauhan and Prasanna Jalal. Let's talk about, you also have awards. Is that separate from the student scholarships?
Well, at this time, it's the scholarship are the awards. But our thinking is, how do we reach out to potential medical students? And we are thinking about having some option in which we can get the high school students involved in medicine and guide them during that critical time of their life in a professional career point.
That's a very important point. It just kind of struck my mind in a different field. There are a lot of high school and even college students who are interested in the medical profession, and how can they get involved with the Indian Doctors Association, which may be one of the avenues for them to get more information, contacts, and knowledge. And have you all thought about maybe making a connection with these people? In fact, there is a pre-med association, something like that, in the nation.
Well, there are pre-med association typically in undergraduate colleges, but I think if a high school student wants to be exposed to medicine and learn something from Indian Doctors Association, they can be a part of charity clinic and volunteer there and see the challenges of healthcare. It's not only the access of healthcare, the financial issues, the social issues, which all are intertwined, and they can get a good spectrum of the potential challenges for the people who have lack of resources to get access to health.
Another important aspect I do want to bring out, because this is from my own personal experience, because I live in Sugar Land, and for more than 10 years I had students from the local high school areas who worked in my office as part of a business co-op programs which are offered to the final year students, where they work half day in the schools and they work half day in the business areas in various fields. And as I said, for last 10-12 years, I had students continuously work in my office who are interested in the medical profession, and that's a great way for them to to get involved in the medical profession. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nick Nickham. If you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. My guests are from the Indian Doctors Association, Dr. Subodh Chauhan and also Prasann Jalal. Let's talk about your signature event for the year, which is almost coming up.
Well, the signature event is our Indian Doctors Association Gala, which is on 12th of April and is at Western Galleria.
Yeah.
And it's in the evening from 6:30 onwards.
Yeah. Do you have a mission for the gala?
Well, our mission is to get all to get together and learn what's going on and have a good time as a colleague. But we have a theme of Bollywood this time.
I see. Yeah. Oh, that's very good.
I think the network is very important.
Yeah, networking.
In that gala, there will be representatives from everybody, whether it's the Baylor College of Medicine or Harman, or Methodist or the Anderson. We'll also have, as we have already touched that issue, that our Chamber of Commerce were working very closely with us, and we also planning a lot of activities with them.
I think it's a great idea because, as I said, I was a president one time. Is to invite all these other associations, engineers, and
absolutely.
I don't think
our plan is to work with everybody.
With the Chamber of Commerce.
With the Chamber of Commerce, engineers, whoever can enrich us, and we can help.
Because medicine is not isolated. Most of what we do in medicine comes from engineering and other business fields, because medicine is all encompassing. I should say it covers every aspect. In fact, healthcare is 20% of the GDP in this country. So that means we are contributing in every respect to the community, not only in terms of treating colds, flus, and pneumonias, but we are contributing 20% of the GDP in this country. Ladies and gentlemen,
in the gala also, we, apart from these, different medical schools and institutions and the commercial people, we also, we have fun, we have a nice dinner, dance, but we also have the mayor of Sugarland. We also have the API president coming over. So we'll have both political and from our organizational leadership.
Absolutely, and in fact, I have been talking to representatives from the API convention, and they are going to be here on April 12th, of course, for the Indian Doctors Gala. And that Saturday morning, they are going to be here in the radio station, where we're going to be talking about the API convention that is coming up in June in San Antonio, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nick Nickham, your host. If you'd like to join in the conversation, the number to call here is 281-983-9550. We got another 2-3 minutes left. Let's talk about what is the future mission of Indian Doctors Association and how we can attract more physicians.
It's a very important
part of
point.
this
That's always have been our goal, to make the organization stronger. We need more of you. So our goal is to have more and more members that make our organization strong, and also we are trying to have a steady administrative faculty. Like for example, we'll be arranging all the CME and the collecting registration fees and everything. Also, we'll be reaching out more and more for CME and non-CME activities, and also we are tying up with different medical institutions to have very, very close relationship, which will help not only from the healthcare delivery point of view, but also from faculty point of view.
Okay, if someone wants to be a member of the Indian Doctors Association,
just to go to the website, enroll yourself. As long as you're a registered physician.
Let's give the web address correctly, so that maybe after listening to this radio program and watching us on YouTube, hopefully we can increase the membership, even if it's by one. I think we will be delighted.
So it is www.idahouston.net.
Okay, so www.idahouston.net.
www.idahouston.net.
Okay, so a lot of times people type ORG, but you can try both. But net is going to take you to the website. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming almost towards the end of the program. We are listening to All India Radio Houston. I am Dr. Nick Nickham. The number to call here is 281-983-9550. Any final comments?
I would like to say about the Indian Doctors Charity Clinic. It's one of the charity clinic in which patients are not charged any amount. There are other charity clinics in the city, but they do charge a nominal amount. And anyone with any ethnicity can come to this charity clinic, so it's open to all individuals out there. So it's not only restricted to the Southeast Asians out there, and they do a wonderful job. Roughly 30 to 40 patients are seen every Saturday in this charity clinic.
Okay, that's all the time we have, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week. Next week, our guest is going to be Chitra Devakaruni, and she is a professor of creative writing at the University of Houston. She's written more than a dozen books. Several of them have been turned into movies, and we will see you next week. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.